The Bridge and the Current. A Love Beyond Boundaries, Part 4. Some boundaries are enforced in public and resisted in silence. This is an audio story written by Cardinal Kitchen. The illumination of a dynamic archive. There are places that hold what voices cannot. This record enters one such place, a small stone bridge beyond the village path, where presence once replaced distance and silence carried more weight than speech. What occurred there was neither rebellion nor vow. It was simply a moment suspended between what was permitted and what was felt, observed now through the steadier gaze of years. Beyond the iron tracks and beyond the cottage wall, the land dipped toward a narrow stream crossed by stone laid long before either of our families had spoken their first prayers in that village. Olive branches leaned low, their leaves silver beneath the afternoon light. The water moved without urgency, shaping the earth quietly. It was not a place announced. It was discovered. I walked there first in uncertainty, though I would not have named it so at 17. The air held the warmth of late sun, and each step along the narrow path seemed louder than it should have been. When the bridge came into view, he was already there, standing near the low parapet, his sketchbook tucked beneath his arm as if he had brought it for protection rather than drawing. I did not call his name. We stood separated by only a few paces, yet aware of every unseen boundary that lay between us. Then, without signal or agreement, we moved to sit upon the same stretch of stone, close enough that the fabric of his sleeve brushed mine when he settled. The contact was slight, accidental in appearance, intentional in its stillness. My hand rested beside me against the sun-warmed surface. After a breath, his hand came to rest near it. We did not look at our hands. We looked ahead, as though the horizon itself required our attention. It was the smallest shift that closed the distance. Fingers touching first at their edges, then resting fully against one another, palm to palm. There was no tightening, no claim, only recognition, the kind that moves through the body before the mind has time to caution it. The stream ran beneath us, its surface broken only by drifting leaves and occasional rings where insects disturbed the light. I watched the water because it steadied my breath. Two leaves loosened from an overhanging branch and fell within moments of each other. One pale where the sun caught it, the other deeper in shade. They met almost at once upon the surface and turned together, drawn by the same gentle current. I remember smiling at the sight, believing it a small kindness of nature, a reflection of our own quiet nearness. At 17, I saw only their meeting. What I did not yet understand was the subtle turning beneath them, the circular pull where water gathered before deciding its course. The whirlpool was slight, nearly invisible, but it shaped the direction of everything that passed through it. He spoke my name once, softly, as if testing whether the air would permit it. I answered with his. The sound seemed to hover between us, fragile and luminous. We did not speak again for some time. Words carried further than hands ever could. Steps echoed faintly on the upper road, and instinctively our fingers tightened. Not in fear, but in awareness. The world existed beyond the bend of the hill, and it would not misunderstand what it did not wish to see. We remained still until the sound dissolved into distance. the leaves reached the deeper curve of the stream where the current widened. For a moment they circled together, turning in quiet orbit. Then one caught a stronger pull and drifted forward. The other lingered in the slower ring before moving along a separate line of water. They did not collide again. Evening approached with the softness that precedes questions. We stood without speaking of departure. He stepped back first, giving space rather than claiming it. I descended the opposite side of the bridge. No promise was made, no future shaped in words. Years later, when bells toll across Rome and memory opens like a familiar door, I return not to the tracks, nor even to the cottage wall, but to this bridge. I see clearly now what I could not then, that beneath even the calmest surface, currents move with quiet authority. Yet I do not return in sorrow. I return in recognition of a moment when two hands met above moving water and believed, for a breath, that gentleness might be enough. Some meetings alter no public record and leave no mark upon the village path. Yet they reorder the interior landscape of a life. They require neither defense nor explanation. They endure as proof that tenderness once occupied a precise place in time. The bridge remains whether remembered or not. The stream continues its patient shaping of earth and stone. Faith carried me forward into cloister and vow, yet memory did not recede. It stands alongside the present, neither competing nor condemning, simply existing as part of what formed me. Some records exist to preserve what never sought witness beyond the moment itself. They hold the quiet intersections where restraint and longing stood side by side above moving water. This account remains as custodial memory, the bridge, the leaves, the unspoken hour, kept intact within the continuum of time. Thank you for visiting our channel and spending time with our work. Red Cardinal Kitchen, the illumination of a dynamic archive.